Namaste, namaste, family of light. Glad to see that everybody is here. Welcome to the Cosmic Center of Spiritual Light. And we are on Facebook Live. That's right. We haven't done Facebook Live in a long time. As mentioned before, that was because Meta came and changed everything. But hopefully, what's going to happen now is other people that have been used to listening on Mondays throughout the world, actually, will begin to see that we are back doing this again. A different format, but, as I've always said, there's always a way to get around a challenge. Above it, below it, on the side of it, but we keep on moving forward. So I want to give a special shout out, to a family of light on Facebook, as well as those that are here on Zoom and those that are here in person. Well, happy March 2025. And we got through February with a bang. And bang, bang, more banging coming along the way. It's okay. Just know that we are equipped, we have the ability, and particularly those of us that are in the light worker community um, have a mission and a purpose and something important to do during this time and the times we are in. We're just mentioning that a lot of stuff, there is some chaotic energies out there, many different levels, and we have to think, of course, interdimensionally. Those of are listening to this are aware there's many things happening on many other levels. Okay, but most certainly one of the things that we do know is that there are other dynamics taking place outside of the visible realm. Okay, outside of visible. And how is this communicated with you? When are things seemingly all of a sudden I have a hip pain, or there's just things that come out of the blue, okay, that I wasn't expecting. Or, I had the plans to do this, but it got completely skewed and it's another way. Meaning there's way more stuff going in within our physical, mental, and emotional, what I can see, taste, hear, and touch reality. So I don't claim that all of us know everything, but there are some things that we do know, and that is coming in through your own intuition. And what I just want to say this evening is to trust that. Trust your own intuition, because things are going to be so layered. There is a spiritual war. That's like, and I don't like using the word war, but you could say there's a spiritual polarity, maybe that might be it. But there is the highest polarity, and that highest, not polarity, that is the what I couldn't say the word last week was the word rod. Believe it or not, during the transmission, I knew what I was seeing. I couldn't get it out, but there was like a light beam or a rod of light that actually came in. And that rod of light represented us. And the rod of light was to come in anchored at the top to form a triangle or a triad. The idea was to keep the two bottom parts, the polarities. It was the polarities are going like this, and we already talked about that and mentioned Mother Mary many, many years ago. It talked about there'll be a time of extreme polarities. Polarities cause war, all kinds of things. The idea that we're separate, everybody demonizing the other side, all of that. And I've gone through that just recently myself by putting a post. But I was trying to reach the people who have eyes to see and ears to hear, but that's okay. Everybody can choose their choice. But I would say that the mission of light workers, especially during this time, is turbulent. It's turbulent. There's no, what the word is there? Turbulent. It is turbulent. Okay. And somebody says, oh, it's not. No, it is. And it's not just in your own personal life. Okay. Different things that may come out of the blue, or I don't feel that great, or what's going on, or, surprises that you weren't expecting. Okay. So it's on all these different levels, but most certainly on a global level as well as a galactic level. One of the things I could say that the role of light workers are, okay, is to hold the polarities in balance. Hold the polarities in balance. And what that means, and I've said it before, is coming And Mother Mary said, she said, non-judgment, unconditional love. And I know that's hard because you see things that are so blatant that seems to be so different from your world, like completely different. But I saw something that really triggered me. It says the capacity of love is being able to allow somebody to have a completely different worldview, a completely different perspective from you. Like, what? Are you on the same planet? But keep your capacity of love. Keep your capacity of love. You know, say, well, I don't agree with you and I'm not going along with you. And that's how you perceive things, completely different from me. But we cannot engage like, you're wrong. No, you're right. You're wrong. We, as light workers, that is not our job. We work behind the scenes. Okay, now there be those that are involved, you know, that and they have their place. Everybody has their place to do what it is that they're called to do. But I would say one of the important things that light workers can do is hold that balance, is hold that light rod that's coming from the higher celestial realms of light. It needs a thing to attach to. Guess who that is? Us. That's us. But we can't attach to it if we're going like this. It can't hit. We got to be balanced. And that includes not only physically, mentally, especially emotionally, emotional body. And as mentioned, there is manipulation of the emotional body 100%. And I was shown it through the reptilian brain. There's all this stuff going on. Now, if you're beginning to sense it or feel that, you can say, you know, I'm not going to allow myself to be emotionally manipulated. Have you ever had experiences where you got upset or agitated or whatever it is? And it's almost like you left yourself or you're observing yourself when you lost your temper. It's like there's no point of return, like, uh-oh, there goes the temper. It's run away on its own. This higher part of you saying, look at that. Look how that's going. And then you say, so, okay, I'm gonna try. All of us are on our own journey of trying to improve ourselves and trying to be centered and trying all of that. And it is through trial and error, and then we begin to kind of figure it out. But then I'm just going to repeat what I have received, what we all have that sense of is that balance. You know, when you're out of balance, everybody knows when they're out of balance, whatever that is. It'll show up and let you know. So, what if we all came together as the family of light and we all said, you know what, in my small way, and I do small with parentheses, in my small way, I'm going to try to be as balanced as I can. I'm going to try to remind myself to speak words of kindness, especially during this time as the rest of the world is going through a lot of chaos and emotional turmoil. Emotional turmoil. Be careful of what comes out of your mouth. What if you can be that person, okay, to bring positive energy, upliftment? And so, oh, that's so corny. No, it isn't. No, it isn't, because most things we don't have a clue what's happening. In my understanding, even the smallest act of kindness ripples throughout the cosmos. We may not be aware of it. See, what we're not aware of is that we're such powerful beings. We're not aware of that. Everybody else in the multiverse, everybody else out there wants a piece of us, right? Why? Why? Because we hold the similitude, we hold the image of the divine, and we are powerful co-creators. We are. And there's many of us have done this before. We've come back again, okay, to assist and to help. All right. So are we looking for a Messiah? We are the Messiah. Jesus the Christ said, as I can do, you can do. He empowered us to say, can you show the way and be the light? Hello, can you be the light? That's a directive. And he said, as I can do, you can do. And so that's like, okay, he's telling us that, wow, he did some magnificent things, but what if we stay on this path of light and be open, okay, to the powerful, true being of who we are? Okay, and not fall into the traps of distraction, not fall into the traps of emotional manipulation, not fall into those traps. Now, not easy. Any one of us could lose it at any time. I know I can. But we start to use tools. So, okay, I'm going to remember to step back. I'm going to breathe. I'm not going to open my mouth. I'm going to take a walk around the block. I'm going to, before I go ahead and judge, I'm going to hold that back. I'm going to do some research or have compassion for a person that thinks different from me. Wow, that's a new elevation. That's a brand new elevation. Okay, so from what I can understand, and we'll just talk about the great avatar of light, Jesus the Christ, that came in. Okay, he didn't say to anybody, sorry, you can't get into heaven because you're, Roman, or you can't get, he was giving a complete narrative through parables that was relatable to anybody who chose to go ahead and do that. Anyone. Didn't matter who you are on the planet, it didn't matter. So right now, hi Christine, how you doing? Right now, I just want to say during this time, and there's going to be stuff on a global level, on our personal level, and it's going to seem very chaotic and very extreme in many cases, and it's going to affect, our emotions, okay? It's going to trigger a lot of things. I'm going to say to everybody, take a deep breath. Know that everything is going to be okay. Know that as you choose the simplest things of being kind, of being considerate, of willing to be open, okay, to learn new things, to see things from a different perspective, however that is for you, to start and continue. All of us here come from a high vibe, but it isn't like there's a limitation on the high vibe. You could always go higher and higher and higher. And the more that light workers can, I feel that's our most important job, okay, is to hold that higher light of compassion and unconditional love for everybody, for everyone, no exclusions. No exclusions. And that was what mother, and I was like, what? Unconditional love, no matter. Yeah. And by the way, no judgment. And I got the no judgment part because I understand there is so much we don't know. There is so much we don't know that's behind the scene dynamics. There's a lot we do know. We are now awakening, thank goodness. We're on the path of awakening, but we have to be careful. None of us may know it all yet. So we have to have that flexibility, allowing other people to, I just put, I'll just share with you all, I'm just now kind of putting out these little reels. Actually, Susan did that, just these little tidbits of information and to share. And I just did it and went beyond the community here to kind of post it out in a more regular thing. Now, the good news, it did reach a lot of people who have what? Eyes to see and ears to hear. Okay. But it all reached people that said, somebody said, you need medication, you're out of your mind. And oh, there was a whole list of them. So you know what I did? I thought,
are out there. You have to know
so all I simply did, if it was negative or attacking, I didn't even read the whole thing. I just delete, 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 delete. But meanwhile, 48 people had the thumbs up, which meant that that message got to them. Okay. So what I could easily say, well, you're the one that's the idiot over here because you're just closed into the matrix. You don't know what's going on. No, no. Because first of all, people are not going to change their mind anyway. If they're dug into what they believe, it has to be an internal change within themselves. So the best you can do is delete and send love. Delete, send love, delete. You're not ready. You're not ready to hear, and that's okay. If this message is not for you, it's okay. Do you have to attack? No. Okay, I'm not going to attack your belief system that you feel things should be a certain way and that's your dogma. So be it. That's where you are. Everybody has the right to be their authentic self, though. And if we are aware as light workers on certain levels that say people are not ready for, they don't understand, whatever it may be. That doesn't stop us from being our authentic self. That doesn't stop us from being our authentic self, and whatever that is. So I just want to say now, especially during this time in March, things, if it got a little bumpy before towards the end of February, we can just hold our center as the eyes of March. The eyes of March, it has a reason behind what they call the eyes of March. It's IES, I think. It's not EYES, but that was during the time, I think it was March 15th, that one of the emperors, I forget which one, Julius Caesar. Yeah, Julius Caesar, the 86th him. So anyway, just know that our job, beautiful, beautiful brothers and sisters of the light, okay, our job is, one, keep our center. As we can keep our center, we can spread that out in our little realm of influence, and that can go ahead and help others. Let's not contribute to the chaos and the swinging of polarities, because that's the trap. And we're too smart to fall into that trap. With that, I will say namaste, beautiful family of light. Love you so much. Remember the high vibe through it all. We're going to get to the other side. What a ride to the ascension. I am so excited. Namaste.